Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is the indie game of the week, Magicka Wizard Wars. Wizard Wars, guys, is a free-to-play MOBA or multiplayer online battle arena with spell slinging action, guys. It is currently an early access title, which means everything you see is subject to change and not a final representation of the game. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, relax, and enjoy the show. Wizard Wars was developed by Paradox North and published by Paradox Interactive. You can get Magicka Wizard Wars right now for absolutely free. That being said, though, there is microtransactions in the game that allows you to purchase weapons and upgrades, and we will touch more upon that in a little bit. Now, guys, Wizard Wars is a competitive action game, like I said, where you play some ass-kicking wizards. It was recently featured at E3 2014, so you've probably seen quite a bit about this game, and I'm going to cover some of it now. And what I love about this game, guys, is the endless permutations of spells you can make in this game. The learning curve for this game is significant also, because learning basically what spell to use and when is hard. And to be honest, I'm completely a noob at this game, guys, but I'm still having like a blast playing it and sucking at it even at the same time. So let's get into it, shall we? We have a lot to talk about here. I'm going to go ahead and head into the practice mode, the training ground. And I know what you're thinking, Marty, you're being a wuss. Well, the reason I want to show you that is because I want to show you just the endless kinds of permutations of spells, talk a little bit more about the game itself before I actually do a match. And I will do a match, don't you worry about that. So let's talk about what you're looking at right here. The game basically controls with your keyboard and mouse. There's no controller support here, guys. On the bottom left here, we have a mini-map which shows my surrounding area. On the bottom of the screen, we have all of my elements, which there's 8 of them total. I think this one is, let's say, this one is water. W is healing. E is like a spell repel, basically. It helps you repel every kind of spell. This one is ice. A is lightning. S is death. D is, as you can imagine, stones. And F is fire. But the really cool part about this game, guys, and the really sweet-ass part about this game, is that if I were to hit just a random, so let's go with ASF. And you see those little orbs that are flying around my character now? Yes, I am significantly slowed, by the way. That has created a new element. All those elements have now mixed together and will form a unique spell when I cast it. And there is multiple ways to cast a spell also. So let's, like, for instance, that created some sort of a weird death lightning spell effect. If we use that on its target here, he burst into flames, was struck by the lightning, and is now on fire. Whereas if I were just to use a shitload of fire, it would just do a monstrous, amount of fire damage and do a longer dot effect. And each element has their own unique effect to it. For instance, I could freeze people with the frost spell. Let's see if I can wait for this guy to resurrect. And one of the really interesting things that I like about this game is that not all the elements can interact together. Like, for instance, you can't use a fire spell and then try to use an ice spell. You can't use a water spell and then try to use a lightning spell. You can't use a healing spell and then try to use a death spell. You get the kind of... Pretty much the only spell that you can use in conjunction with just about anything else is the shield spell. For instance, I create like some sort of like a freezing shield here. If I were to stay in this, I would freeze. Slowly, oh god! You get the idea. That basically, the shield spell is the only thing that interacts with everything else in this game. I'm going to go ahead and really quick and heal myself here. And there's 2 ways to interact with spells. You don't necessarily have to shoot all your spells. You can do different things with your spells. Like, for instance, I could take my spells and press my center mouse button and use it to basically attack everything around me in an AoE effect. Not necessarily a pointed spell that would be like that. And all the spells can be used in this fashion, and they can also do different conjunction of spells that way as well. So, like, we can do water, water, or I'm sorry, ice, ice, water, and that creates spikes. Whereas if I were just to use water, 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 it would do that. If I were to use ice, 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 it would just do that. And that's the interesting thing about this game, guys. It's just the elements counteract each other in a very way that you would expect it to, in a very intuitive way, and I really like that about this game. So, like, if I were to use, let's go ahead and light this guy on fire. Okay, he's on fire now. If I were to use frost on him, it's going to put out the fire, as you can see. And it's just the spells all intuitively interact together, which is just really cool, guys. And with all the 8 elements you have there, you can make endless permutations of spells, guys. You know, water, death, frost. What does that make? That makes some sort of weird death spike thing. I can't even tell you what that was. That just looked badass. I like that spell, man. I'm going to use that one a lot. That looks cool. Certain spells are even chargeable, as you can see. They kind of overcharge and you can strike enemies with them. You can use spells in a lot of different ways, guys. You can create spells that kind of create dots on you. Like I've activated now like a regenerating spell. I could cast a shield water to create a kind of a water protective shield that makes me more resistant to water-based attacks. I can mix it up, say, well, I want a healing shield, but I also want to be resistant to fire. There you go. Now I have that. But you need to keep in mind what spells work together. You can't just be all willy-nilly with your spells. You can't use a water shield with a fire shield. It's just not going to work. Only certain spells work with certain abilities. You need to be very specific with your abilities. Okay, so now to the right of all my elements, and now that I've covered, I think, very well the different kinds of permutations of spell you can make, you also have these kind of these abilities you have your character can use. Your character basically has these abilities that kind of build up, which do different things, basically. And you can unlock many, many different kinds of those, and I'll touch upon that once I actually get out of here. You have haste, which basically allows your character to kind of run faster. You have conflagration, which creates a wall of fire that travels forward a short distance, and these are kind of like, I guess you could look at it as almost kind of like ultimate attacks. We have revive, which allows me to revive a dead team member, which it really isn't going to get much use to you, let's say in duel mode, but in the team mode can turn the tide of a battle. You also have meteor strike, which I'll go ahead and cast for you now. I'm probably going to die here because I cast it on the center myself here, but basically when I cast it, the humongous ass meteor swarm comes down and does a shit ton of damage also. Oh good lord. Hey! Stop that! Yeah, he's frozen, little bastard. Alright, let's kill this guy. He's still frozen, so... There we go. He's dead. And yeah, in practice mode, you can hit this button here, and it'll like send a little minion to come after you, which is what that did right there. I'll do it again. What the hell? Why not? Let's go with fire, death, fire, death. That guy's on fire. He should die from the dot itself. There we go. Let's go with lightning, blizzard death. Let's see what that does, shall we? Oh, that was interesting. Okay, let's go with death, lightning. Okay. As you can see, lightning kind of travels through your victims. It kind of bounces from target to target. And kind of brutally murders them, guys. And there's also environmental hazards, like that one. And basically, that's kind of the gist of all the abilities and different kinds of action you can do. You also have a sword. I should probably mention that. Let's go ahead and heal up here really quick. The reason I'm going to heal up right here is because I'm going to use my sword primarily to kill these guys. And if you don't want to use a sword, you can go ahead and just go right into melee combat and just beat the shit out of somebody with your sword. You don't have to use spells. You can use just your sword and just murder people. And there's different kinds of weapons that you can use. So let's go ahead and exit this mode now, guys. Now let's start talking about the different aspects here. Like I said, I promised you I'm going to do one match, but I'm going to touch upon some other things first. Now, graphically, the game is very impressive, as you saw. I really enjoy the graphics, the sound, all really good. The music, I haven't really ever paid attention to, but the graphics and the sounds and all that do a really good job, guys. This is where you kind of can equip different things, and you can upgrade your wizard and kind of almost spec him, basically, kind of specialize him in certain kinds of spells. Now, if you look at every item, let's take an example of these. The Excelsior line right here. This health takes away 100 health, but gives me faster speed. So I've already clicked that and moused it over. It does also a really good job of explaining what each stat and what each element is here. Every item in the game has a give and take effect. Everybody essentially in the game has the exact same stats. And I want this to be underlined because it's very important because it ties into the microtransactions part of the game. It's very important for this to be noted. Every weapon, basically, every item has a give or take. This particular weapon is not necessarily as much because this is more of a ranged weapon. This is just a throwing dagger. But yeah, every robe, every item has a give and take. So let's talk about the microtransaction here, guys, because this is going to be a part where everyone's going to go, oh, this is going to be a pay-to-win game or whatever have you. They're going to just, flip their brains off. I'm looking at robes right now for this particular instance. Now, this robe, the hardened robe, gives me 100 health and then takes away my movement speed. And I can purchase it right now for 7,500 gold coins, which is a in-game currency that I earned through actual combat playing with other players and can actually, earn the game. It's an in-game currency. But now if I wanted to, I could also purchase the old school speedster robe, which takes away 100 health and gives me a +4 to speed. I think you can get kind of an idea of what you're looking at right here. I could pay $2.99 right now if I wanted to and buy this robe off the bat. And basically it would go directly to the developer and help them out, which they got away, guys. They do need to make money. It's a very big, important thing to them. They need to make money if they want to keep making awesome games. But as you can see, my stats virtually do not change. They just shift in position. I lose 100 health, I gain some speed. This one gives me a +10 to water-based spells, but I lose 10% to my cold spells. Now let's go all the way down to the bottom of the screen here, to the best robes supposedly in the game. The ones that you'll only get when I unlock, let's see, what this level is this one. You only unlock certain levels. Okay, this one is unlocked at level 60, for instance. Okay. This robe gives me a -30 to lightning spells, but gives me a +30 to earth spells. Again, I didn't change. I don't have a boosted stats. My stats are not in any way better than anybody else's. What I've done is made myself more weaker in a certain area and better in another. I have specialized my character almost in a way. And if you look, I do believe there is even a bit of a cap, basically. There's only so far you can go with your spells before that's it. That's as far as you can go in that particular area, which it looks like it goes up to about 100. So, this one costs, by the way, 240,000 coins, and I can only unlock it when I hit level, it looks like 60, right? Like I said it's earlier, it's 60. So now, what's the difference between this robe, which is 2,400,000 coins, and this one, which is 1199 US cash here? This one gives me a +30 to earth and a -30 to lightning. Oh my god, wait a minute. Are you telling me these are the exact same items? Yes, they are. They're the exact same items. They do the exact same thing, and that is across all items, guys. There is no weapon that gives you a significant bonus over others. They all pretty much do the exact same thing. They either are, going to give something and then take away something. That goes for staves and robes, and in every aspect, in every form, something takes away and something gives. There is no specific advantage that you can have. The only advantage you could possibly have is the fact that you may not have, let's say, trinkets or rings or whatever have you, because you have not purchased them yet. But you will. That's the thing. You will eventually purchase those items. You will fill out your character slots and basically have whatever it is that you want. And what this really allows for, which is really dope, guys, is that a specialized wizard can be formed. You can make your own unique wizard. You say, well, I hate thunder spells. I hate lightning spells. I want to be specialized in death magic. Well, you can buy rings that do that. Like, I can get the, let's see if I can find one here. I'm sure there's, okay, get the Omniscient Sphere. You can buy that for 149. I'm sure there's probably some other item that helps with death magic around here somewhere. But you get the idea. You can kind of create a specialized wizard, guys, in any way you want. If you want to spend cash and help the developers, that's your choice. You'll have to choose from the in-game gold items, but again, that is your decision. You don't have to limit yourself that way. And there's plenty of other items there for you to play with, and many different kinds of items you can screw around with to make a specialized wizard, guys. So that, I think, really does a good job of covering the in-game items. They also have bundles that you can buy for cash that give you access to a bunch of items. which is really nice of them to do. So I think that really does a good job of covering the transactions, and really I hope that pounds into your head that this is not a pay-to-win game. You are the exact same wizard as everybody else, just specialized into a specific kind of magic. If you're really good at healing, you're really good at healing. If you're really good at deathmatch, you're really good at death magic. All that really does is that if you've been playing the game for a long time, you know how to counter those wizards. You see, hey, that guy's wearing a death robe. I'm going to need to counter that guy's death robe. Let's make sure that my spells are ready to counter his spells. That's it. That's all it really does. And that player has to look at your robe, look at your gear, and figure out how to best use his gameplay style to his advantage. So let's talk about magics. Now, in the game, there is a rudimentary leveling system, guys. Like I said, I am apparently an initiate. I'm only level 2 here. That goes to tell you how many matches I've played. I'm telling you, I'm terrible at this game. Don't expect much from the match that's coming up here in a sec. But you can also switch out those spells that you guys saw earlier, like the haste and the conflagration, the revive, and you can get new spells as you level up and switch those out for other things. For instance, Raise Dead. Instead of Meteor Storm or whatever this one's called, Meteor Shower, you can cast a Raise Dead spell. And by the way you do that is by leveling up and by collecting these things called crystals. And basically you have to get a certain amount of crystals to unlock a certain Magicka, whatever you want to call it. So for instance, this one, it looks like it's 2 water, 3 ice or cold, and 2 earth to get this spell. This one over here, Tornado, 1 water, 1 shield, 2 cold, and 1 stone. You get the idea. And you can unlock different spells and take those into battle, allowing for more customization of your character. And these are not in any way involved in microtransactions. These are just simply how long you've been playing. And basically, if you're a good player and you win a lot of matches, you probably get a little bit more crystals. So I think that essentially covers everything as far as the items, the leveling, the story goes. There's many different kinds of game. Well, there's 2 game modes actually. Outside of the training grounds, there's duels, and then there's Wizard Warfare, which is basically where 8 players come in and slog it out and see who wins. We're gonna do a match right here, right now, and I'm just gonna put this out there, guys. I am terrible at this game, so don't expect much, okay? But I'm going to do it because I can't play this game without showing off kind of the main feature of this game, which is, of course, the combat. So we're going to hopefully get into a match here in a second or two, and we will begin the match. The matches are very interesting, guys. They're kind of a mixture of not capture the flag, but hold the ground, basically, or I forget what, domination, I guess is the mode's called. And a mixture of domination and deathmatch, basically. If you can take all the enemy's checkpoints, you will essentially win the match. But that's not easy to do because there's also, the game kind of spawns these little goblin minions that defend those areas, as well as players going to defend them themselves, and they can capture it and turn it back to their side. If you blitz your enemy, essentially, which, by the way, it looks like we're going to get our asses kicked because those guys all have specialized robes and look like they are ready to kick some serious ass. If you basically blitz your enemy and you capture all the capture points, you can turn the entire game to your advantage and end the match in about 5 seconds. So let's go ahead and get some spells ready here. I'm screwing around with my spells. On the bottom left, you can see the spells, guys. Oh, come on! Ow! I got him, yeah! Point was lost to the enemy. We gotta get the spawn point back here. Oh, freeze, suckers! Oh, they killed me. They got me. But it's okay, it looks like we got one of them. And like I said, as you can see on the screen, there's a mini-map that kind of shows you where all the checkpoints are. I apologize if I get quiet during this match, guys. I'm trying to focus on winning. We are not doing a good job right now. This also shows how many... Wow, we were defeated that fast. They took all of our checkpoints, and that was kind of game over That was just not good. But I did the best in my team. I'm gonna do one more match because that was kind of pathetic. Every time you win a match, though, it'll basically show you your score, how much you did, how much experience you're gonna get, and good stuff like that. So let's go ahead and hit skip. How many crowns we earned, which are the gold coins, and it brings us back to the main screen. I'm gonna do one more match because I don't think that was a very good example of how the actual combat works. That was just we got blitzed, and I don't know where the hell my team was there. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. That's the type of game you're going to be playing. It's a competitive action game, guys. You're going to do good, and sometimes you'll do bad, you know? Some matches will be better than others. As you can see also on the top of the screen, it kind of shows you where each character's specialization is. One of those guys is in particular fond of death magic and not good with fire magic. And basically it looks like a bunch of other wizards who are just kind of general characters, kind of like me. Again, I'm going to show this again. On the right and left side of the screen shows how each warrior is doing, where the wizards are. I'm going to go ahead and hit this spell, and I'm going to go up here and capture this. And I'm going to go ahead and set up some defenses. Oh, actually, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. And I'm going to stay here and kind of defend this zone, because it looks like... Okay, well, it doesn't look like
we've taken over a spawn point.
I'm gonna lead these guys into my little trap here. Beautiful. Nice try. Ha ha ha. Okay, they're gonna go at me. I'm in trouble here, guys.
A spawn point has been taken. We have captured a spawn point.
I'm gonna try to get into melee with this guy. Ah, he killed me. He got me. We gotta be careful here because we still have 2 spawn points. But like I was saying, right here, there's kind of a meter that tells you how well you're doing in the battle, basically how many revives you basically have. It's somewhat of a resource that you have to keep before you are, well, basically done with the match. So that way the match obviously doesn't run too long. We just took over the spawn point, and there is a guy over here. Oh, no, apparently there's not. Okay. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to start trying to... okay, we got a guy over here in trouble. I'm going to see if I can get to him and heal him. Yeah! Oh shit, that's my guy. Dang it. Alright, so I healed my guy there.
75 of our tokens remain.
And we're doing pretty good, actually. We're kind of kicking a lot of their asses here. So, we'll see if we can get in some combat here. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, crap. Come here. Oh, come on. Oh, he got me. I was trying to get that guy and he got me. Son of a bitch. That's okay though. I got probably a little too ambitious there. I went in for the kill and missed it. That's sometimes how I roll. And you know, like I said, I'm still learning how to play this game, guys. He's dead. I got him at least. Go back, cast my regeneration spell here. We're doing really good at kind of pressuring them into one corner so far. But I think you got a pretty good idea of how the combat works in general, guys. Oh crap, that's my guy. Oh, take that! I'm gonna get the hell out of there, heal up really quick, and head back into the combat there. Because it looked like we were being kind of outnumbered there, and I don't want to get caught in a bad situation. Oh, good lord! I'm also experiencing a little bit of lag, it would seem. Yeah, quite a bit of lag, actually. But that's okay, because this game is in beta, guys. I mean, that's to be expected, that kind of thing.
The enemy team has taken a spawn point.
To be honest with you guys. Alright, so we're good now. We've taken the spawn point. They did... Oh, good lord. Wow, he killed us and himself. Oh, and me. It's okay, though, because the enemy only has 2 spawns left before it's all over. I'm going to try to see if I can get a couple kills off. Get into some action here before this game ends, if at all possible.
Our spawn point was lost to the
Okay,
enemy.
so we know where they are now. Oh, come on, come on.
We have a new spawn point. We've lost.
Oh, I got killed. That's a horrible way to end this match, guys. I'm probably not going to get the chance to get some revenge. But, I don't know, we'll see. I'd love to get some revenge. Like I said, though, guys, you just have to learn to kind of counter your spells against your enemy and play this game tactically. There's only one guy left.
The enemy has just stolen a spawn
Oh, no, there's
point
3 of
from
them
us.
left. I'm sorry. Okay, so we gotta be smart. Why can't I respawn here, guys? Come on, don't let them take all the spawn points. That would be a horrible way for us to lose this match right now. If they take all of our spawn points, guys, it's game over.
We have 25 tokens.
Oh no. Are they really going to take this match back with 0 lives? I think
Spawn point was lost
they
to the
did.
enemy.
Holy crap. It's on these guys to win it right now. Oh my god. Okay, good, good, good. He got it. That would have been bad. There we go. We got our spawn point back here.
We have captured a
And we
spawn
should come
point.
back into the game now any second here. Why don't we have a spawn point?
Victory.
Why did I respawn? That's so weird. I don't know why I didn't respawn. I did okay, though. I got 1 kill, 4 deaths. Not the greatest thing ever in the world, but not necessarily the worst, guys. So you have it, guys. We won. I had a hell of a good time doing it, even though I kind of got my ass kicked. In all, guys, I think Magicka Wizard Wars is a hell of a game. It's really fun. I haven't ran into many bugs. There's a lot of good, really good gameplay here, guys. A lot of innovative gameplay to enjoy. The combat is intense. You have to play smart, and there is quite, like I said, a bit of a learning curve. But in all, though, I will say that I'm not sure if this game has the appeal of something like, say, as like Dota or League of Legends. I'm not sure if somebody could jump into it as fast and just get things going really fast. I guess what I'm trying to say is it has a much significant learning curve, at least in my opinion. But like I mentioned earlier, guys, it's not pay to win. With that entire design, and I enjoy that design of the microtransactions where you buy an item and it gives you something, but it also takes away something. And I think it really allows you to truly gives you a way to make your own unique wizard, basically, if you want to focus into a specific kind of character. A tanking wizard, a fire wizard, a healing wizard. It just really allows for a specialization and to basically allow you to make the character that you want to make. Remember that this game is still in beta, guys. There's still some bugs to work out, some things to figure out, and things to kind of polish up in general. I can't wait for this game to release, guys. I just want to say big thanks to the developer for making this awesome game, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you awesome games, guys. Until next time, play more indie games.